Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of My Chaotic Budget. My name is Sandra and on this channel we do all things budget related as it pertains to mine and my husband's paychecks. And in this episode I thought I'd make a short quick video of a stationery haul that I did at Daiso. Yes, our local Daiso is amazing. It's a little Japanese store. You can buy knickknacks here and there, but I really wanted to go for the stationery. And everything that I purchased was $2.25 each, which was amazing. I've got 11 items here. So overall, here you'll see about $25 worth of items. I am super ecstatic because I'm going to get into it all with you guys. So let's dive in. First, so that way I can put it back on, I got these ball chain glasses strap, which is really nice, really helpful. It holds my glasses for me, so I need to put these back on. Super adorable, super clean, discreet, and it's easy for me to have these on. I do have my progressive lenses, but these are for my reading, and I prefer to have these on when I'm reading, especially here at my desk, instead of my progressives. But I always have to put them down, and then I forget where I put them down, and that's why I was so happy to get this little strap. So it is amazing. $2.25. So this here is from the store, like I said, Daiso. Very cute stuff. They have all different kinds of things. They have stuff for your kitchen, stuff for your pets, stuff for your house, stuff for your bathroom. They have everything. And it's just super adorable. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and go on to the next couple of items here. I have a few pins, which of course I went for. This, of course, they had these in singles, which is really good. And they also had them in different colors. But I, of course, need this for my ledger book. And I thought to myself, hey, this is perfect. So I don't have to buy the whole pack. I can just buy a single, which is really good because it was just $2.25. And that's really good for me because these last me for a good while. So if I don't need another one, for a good while, then I can just go and get one from the store when I finally do need it. And I thought this was really good. I use this, like I said, in my ledger book. And they write exactly the same as the ones that you get from the store. So I thought this was perfect. And like I said, I was able to get it as a single. So a friction erasable pen. The next thing I got here is a Sarasa, a Zebra Sarasa R. And this is in 0.4. You can see that. It is really nice. I really like the way that it writes. I've been using it in my bullet journal for work. And I was preparing for the upcoming week because, of course, my vacation is already going to be over. And so I started writing down things. This pen, it writes so smooth, but it has like that little scratchy feel against the paper, which I like. Some people don't, and that's why they prefer like a more thicker gel pen, but this here feels really nice and I was happy to get it. They had it in multiple colors, but I preferred the blue, and if I could I would have bought black, but they ran out of black. The next thing I got here is a brush pen, and these are called quick dry brush pens, and this is of course to try to do like some calligraphy and whatnot. You can see how like they can write there in their language. But for me, I am using it, of course, just for decorative purposes in my journal so that I can put like the month title, or I can do different things as needed. So I'm really happy about this. These kinds of pens can be very pricey. So let's open it and let's see how it works. You know what? Let me open it from the bottom. Look at that. That's fancy. That's pretty. Okay, let's get our little tab here. That's not bad. That's a nice little pen. I think I prefer Tombow. Or not Tombow. I prefer the Fudoneski. I like those brush pens, but for $2.25, this is not bad. Fudoneski are very expensive, so this little pen here is a nice little supplement, especially if you're on a budget. So that's really nice. All right, the next thing that I have here is a Zig clear dot, a Zig clean color dot marker. I absolutely love this. I have been wanting one so bad, and then I saw it's like, oh, you have to buy a whole pack. I'm like, but I don't want a whole pack. I just want one. And lo and behold, they had it at Daiso, which is awesome. I freaking love this. This is really good to make different sizes of dots. See if I can zoom you in real quick. So like the lighter you press, the smaller the dot. And you press harder, the bigger the dot. So it's really good for making list. And then of course, if you want to go and make a whole line, I mean, you could. This is really awesome. I have been wanting one of these for a long time. But like I said, if you want to buy a whole pack, you have to buy a whole set, and it can be anywhere from like $10 to whatnot. And this, I'm happy. I just wanted one, and it was $2.25. So that was super cool. So that was the Zig Clean Color Dot Single Dot Marker. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. The next thing that I got were these little sticky pads. These are super cute. They are of dot grid. I mean, not dot grid. They're grid. And I am loving these pastel colors. It's like a light blue, purple, and a green. And they have the different lengths on here. So these are really nice. If you take one off, it'll stick wherever you put it. Very light paper. I am excited to have these. I'm excited to use these. And I think these will be very helpful, especially when I'm doing a score study or when I'm working in my notebook. I am so happy that I was able to find these at the store, because I mean, you don't find things like this at just a regular store. You have to order these like specifically online in order to get them, and this is really nice. I really do like the fact that it has grid. I really love grid, so this is awesome. So $2.25 right there too. Right, the next thing I have here is a bigger sticky notepad, and this of course is in grid as well. I am looking forward to using this, especially in my budget journal, because I can create my checklist of the bills that need to get paid, and then I can move it over. This is going to be very, very helpful. So I'm very happy to have this. I think for anything, it's really good to take notes. And I'm running low on these notepads, and these have been very helpful. So I know these will kick in once these are out, and then this will kick in once this is out, because these are not going to last for very much longer. I'm trying to make them last, but I really like them, but I don't want to buy them again. So I'm just going to use something like this to write my list, and it should be easy. I won't be able to buy those again because it's from Erin Condren, and it's getting a little pricey for me to get things from there. All right. Next thing, I got this correction tape. I have never used this correction tape before. This is of course the Daiso brand. My correction tape was already running low and I needed more, so I was like, well, this is the perfect time to try. And there it is. Hey, that runs really smooth. Oh, okay, very nice. All right, $2.25. Perfect. I like this. This is going to be great addition to my stationery, because mine was already running out, and I use this a lot in my budgeting. And I was like, oh my god, I don't want to buy a whole pack of these. And this is awesome. I just needed the one, and $2.25. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, the next thing I got here is a tally counter. Do I need this? No. Did I want it? Yes. And it was $2.25. And I know that that's like not good reasoning to get something, but how many times have you been trying to think, oh, let me count how many times I've did this, and you have to use your fingers. Here, I've always wanted one of these, and now I have one. $2.25. Okay, so you just hold on to this. Let me see. Yeah, like that. And then you push. And then you push. And then you just reset it back. How do we do that? Right there. Boom. And it's back. I don't know. It just was something that I wanted, and now I have it, and now I can just go. So this is really, really cool. So $2.25. If you've been looking for one, they have them at Daiso. It's really cool. And then I got this right here, this cute little charm. I want to add this to my budget planner. Once again, $2.25. Super cute. My daughter loves Hello Kitty, and this is just something that I thought I'd add into my budget planner and have it there just looking at me all cute. I love it, and it was just something cute and small. And this here is double-sided tape. I have been wanting to try to add tip-ins to my journals, and you're supposed to do it with double-sided tape or with gift wrapping tape, and I thought, oh, this is perfect. I have been wanting to try this, and so now I'm gonna have it, and now I'm gonna be able to put in some additional things into my bullet journal, which I'm super ecstatic about. All right, well, that's everything here, guys, that I got from Daiso. I love every single thing that I got. Everything has a purpose. Everything is going to get used. And I'm just so happy to have just spent and it's nice because then maybe once a month I can go and treat myself to Daiso, $25. But I just have to be prepared to also take my children because, of course, a trip like this is not just with me. They got their little trinkets too, but this was all stationery. That's really all I wanted to go for, is their little stationery section. And I absolutely fell in love with everything that they had there. So definitely going to visit again, but I'm thinking maybe once a month I can take a trip over there and treat myself to some stationery, especially if I have to replenish for things that I no longer have. All right, guys, well, that's all that I have for you in this video. Thank you for being here. This is not a typical video that I do, but I thought I'd share it with you guys because it is budget friendly. I think this is budget friendly. I mean, with today's economy, everything is getting very pricey. So if you want to treat yourself to little stationery things, Daiso may be a good store for you to try out. All right, guys, well, that's it. I'll see you in the next one.